So it has been a wild week, like with all the stuff that dropped for Rebirth, among other things that are happening. Things have been kind of confirmed. A lot of theories are still on the table. A lot of them are off, and I'm not ready to cash in the Captain Jack Sparrow with the sinking ship meme on mine just yet. But I'm going to do another video talking about all that kind of stuff. But what they've given us over the last week has been fantastic. A lot of juicy stuff in there. One thing I'm really excited about is how they're presenting what they're giving us in Rebirth. And it's still unbelievable at this point, everything that last trailer showed us. And I'm going to address the Vincent stuff because a lot of you all have been messaging me about that, especially on Discord, talking about Vincent maybe not being playable. We're going to talk about that. But anyway, throw a like on the video, all that regular stuff. Appreciate it. We're growing again. It's nice. So like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. But let's get right into it. We're going to try to keep this short, but I got a lot of things I want to cover here. So we're going to talk about a few things. First off, what we know so far. We know this game is massive. They're talking about 100 hours guaranteed if you do everything. So that is insane. And for a lot of people saying this wasn't going to be open world, so to speak, or whatever, and it was going to be super linear, and whether or not, I think they've debunked that. If this isn't open world, these are the biggest zones we've ever gotten in a game. Like, if it's not open world, this is the biggest, most in-depth, like, fluid depiction of zones that's ever been created in a game. I think it's open world. They said you're going to be able to traverse the world and explore different stories and different side stories as you wish. So what that says to me is there's going to be a lot of good side stories, a lot of side content, side missions, extra dungeons, things like that. And I really hope that those side missions have a lot to do with unlocking other little stories throughout the world. Like, I know a lot of you all on my Discord are big into the deep ground stuff. I enjoy deep ground, though it's not pivotal to the main story. I enjoy it. You can get that stuff, and that kind of thing. You can figure out what's going on, with some of the other characters, some of the other mysteries of the story. I think that's a great way to explore that, and it really feels like that's what they're going to do. So I'm really excited about that. It has been on my mind about what order the locations we're going to visit will be. They're going to do things out of order, and I think that's cool. There's a way to play up the order of Final Fantasy VII. Even when I played the old one, I would kind of think, well, Nibelheim should have been further down the road. Like, I wish you would have gotten to Nibelheim just a little bit later to really drive home the impact of the story of what happened there. Nibelheim is like central to the game itself, like what happened there, what really happened. It's like a mystery. It's like I've said before in previous videos. It's like the X-Files of Final Fantasy VII. It's almost like a Stephen King kind of thing, right? A weird, like, sleepy little town, quiet, unsuspecting. It's got these dark secrets about it. That's one of the reasons people love Nibelheim and the story, and they can't wait to see it. So I've always thought that would be better served if it was a little bit later. Like, if you know it's coming, like they're talking about it, little hints are dropped, you're getting closer, and you finally get there, and it's a bigger deal. That's one example. I really like that they are going to play with the order a little bit, though. And I said in my knee-jerk reaction to everything that doctor that we see, that he was in Mideel, I think he might be in Coral. I think that might be Coral. Now that I'm thinking about it. Well, I've had more time to think about it. Another thing that has been confirmed with the trailer is as far as what we know so far, is that Zack is a part of another reality that has been created by him being saved. So if you all have been keeping up with my theory and stuff like that, and at this point I want to say I'm less interested in theories at this point. I just want to get to the game. Like, I just want to get to it. I'm really excited to just get our hands on it, play it, go through it, see what it's all about, experience it. My theory had a lot to do with, Zach being saved, and that when they come out of the singularity, the party that is, that the world has already changed. The world is already like this new reality, this kind of fusion of what it was and what it is now that Zach's been saved, and all that changed while they were in there. Apparently, the way it's going to work is the new reality created by Zach being saved, whoever saved him, whether it's the planet or Sephiroth, is marching in line with the new one, and the reunion, the new version of the reunion, is going to be those things fusing together. So we are still working toward the one fused timeline. So that's why I said I'm going to hold off on the Jack Sparrow meme with the sinking ship for mine, because it's still going to happen. Yeah, they pretty much confirmed it. So all that stuff we're seeing is what the world would have been if Zack survived. And it is going to fuse, I think by the end of the game. I think by the end of the game we're going to see this fusion of the two timelines. But again, it's like they talked about they're going to play with the order. Does the reunion happen before the Forgotten Capital now? And if that's the case, do you go to the Icicle Inn area first, and then the weapons all wake up first, and then you go to the Forgotten Capital and Aerith dies? How are they going to do, like, my brain is just like, how are they going to do this? Like, I don't know. I love that I don't know. And because it really feels like they are going to stay true to their word. They're going to keep everything the way it happened in Final Fantasy VII. It's just going to be, like I said before, the Final Fantasy VII OG experience randomized. Throw it in a randomizer. Another big thing for me is I love that this trailer proves they kept the goofiness of Final Fantasy VII. You've got Kate Shee getting the orbs from Aerith and eating them and blasting a beam out of his belly. You've got the way the desert buggy looks. It looks really silly. It's got like the little decals and stuff on the side. And Cloud, this is the big one. This has been the big meme, is Cloud on the Rascal, right? He's on the little scooter with like some kind of like boy pop band clothes on or whatever, just humming through Costa del Sol, just that's so funny. I love that all that stuff's in there. And there's going to be other goofy stuff. I love that Dio in the trailer for Gold Saucer looks like he's a total goofball. Like, he's a total pro wrestler. Like, he's got the flamboyant ring attire, and he's blowing the kiss, and he's super muscled out and everything. They nailed Dio. They nailed him. And I can't wait to see what everything else in Gold Saucer looks like. That's going to be a really fun part of the game, just from a story aspect, from seeing the characters all play off of each other at Gold Saucer, and just the games. The games look amazing at Gold Saucer. That leads into Kate Shee. I am really pleasantly surprised with how they have presented him so far. He was my least favorite character. I never, ever used him in 7 unless I was like, okay, I gotta max everybody out, I gotta get everybody's weapons, I'm a completionist, so I was like, I want to complete this, so I gotta use them now. At the end of the game, I was just running back and forth through the Northern Crater trying to level him up. But yeah, up until that point I didn't even use him. So, but he looks fun. He looks like he's gonna be really fun to use in battle in this game. And for me, that is the biggest upgrade from the old game to the new game so far that I've noticed myself, is Kate Shee looking like he's actually fun to use in combat and will matter in some respect. Now, I know in the old game there are ways to make him more important and everything. I just didn't feel the need to have him around. This looks like that may be a different story. Now, talking about other characters, let's talk about Vincent, right? Vincent, y'all know, that's my guy. Vincent Valentine's my guy. He's my favorite character in the game. One of my favorite characters of all time. And like I've said before, those of y'all that weren't around in 97, 98, when people were like humming over this game, and this game changed the world of gaming forever, that was everybody's favorite character. I mean, you can throw your Tifas out there, you can throw your Clouds out there, even Sephiroth. For the current day, Vincent was everybody's favorite character. Everybody. Once he was in your party, he was a lock. He stayed in the party. That was everybody. Everybody loved that. His limit breaks, not great. But as far as like the cool factor of the character and the balance of the character in battle between physical and magic and everything, he was a lock to stay in the party. I know everybody's been talking about the Nomura quote. Some people are going to be like guests like Red 13 or whatever. I don't think that's going to apply to Vincent. I don't. And according to Games Hub, I read earlier today, Nomura has hinted that Vincent will be playable. So I found that on Games Hub. That was a line from them quoted as saying Nomura hinted at him having new or different abilities from everybody else in the party. Now that could just be that he's a guest or whatever, but I feel like he's going to be playable. I think this is a classic case of everybody on the internet jumping to conclusions. Hold tight. If it turns out that he's not playable, that's a huge L. That's a huge L. Everybody's excited about Vincent. Everybody's looking forward to Vincent. And everybody's excited about Sid too, but not on the level of Vincent, because that guy should be nuts to use in battle. So we'll see. We'll see right there. So I've got a bunch of other Rebirth stuff to talk about this week, but I'm going to break it up. I'm going to chunk it up over a couple of videos throughout the week. I've got a TGS, what I want to see from Tokyo Game Show this week. That's going to drop tomorrow. I've got a few other things I want to talk about based on what we've seen so far, how that plays in with my theory and the theories of others. One thing we can say for sure, though, I'll go ahead and give you a spoiler for that video. Zach is not dead. He is not traveling through the live stream. He is not in the afterlife. He is alive and kicking ass. And so that's all I'll say for that. But until next time, you all have a great day. Be safe. Be good to each other. Keep rocking. As always, keep it rocking. Keep it locked in and rocking all the time, baby. And y'all, keep it positive today, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Take care. I want to say a quick thank you to my YouTube and Patreon members and supporters. If you would like to support the future creation of content on this channel, get some few extra perks and some art sent to your door every month, consider becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. Details and links are in the video description.